So I'm going to read the first chapter of Heather Whirl Weather Girl, and the chapter is titled A Gift from Nanny Pippa. It was Heather Whirl's 8th birthday. Her parents decorated all morning, hoping for a beautiful October day for the backyard party. But the sky grew dark and windy. It started to rain. Heather's blue eyes lit up with a shade of light purple. "Yay!" shouted Heather Whirl, twirling in circles in the yard. She threw her arms into the air, dancing. "Rain, rain, don't go away," she sang, as her parents chased party streamers and napkins and balloons. Heather's pets, a big hairy dog named Fog and a lizard named Blizzard, scurried about. "This wind reminds me of the twister we had when I was a kid," Heather's father shouted as party decorations whipped around his head. "It was wild." "I love wild weather," Heather yelled as the wind swirled the paper tablecloth above her head. "The wilder, the better." Heather Whirl's birthday parties always included a weather theme, and this birthday, her 8th, was a special one. Heather's very old great-grandmother, Nanny Pippa, was visiting from England and coming to her party for the first time ever. Nanny Pippa squished into the backyard as the rain became a light mist. She used a fancy cane to help her walk and carried a long, narrow package wrapped in shiny, bright paper. "Cheerio!" called Nanny Pippa. "She wants cereal?" whispered Heather's best friend Edward, who had come early to help set up. Heather laughed. "No," she said, "that's how she says hello." "Oh." Edward cleaned a speck on his glasses and squinted at Heather's great-grandmother. "She's old," he whispered. "She's literally 100 years old," Heather whispered back. "What a wild, wacky, wonderful, whipping wind we had for a bit," said Nanny Pippa. "Too bad the rain is stopping, and here comes the sun. That's disappointing." Nanny Pippa found a chair and plopped down. "Happy birthday, Heather Whirl Weather Girl," she said. She motioned Heather over and whispered in her ear, "Before your other guests arrive, we have something special in store. It's time for the magic to begin." Heather smiled politely. With Nanny Pippa, it was always best to pretend to understand. Nanny Pippa held out the wrapped package. "Hurry, unwrap it," she said. "I don't have all the time in the world, you know." Heather tore off the paper and opened the box. It was an umbrella. Heather loved umbrellas, and this one was especially beautiful, with a shimmery green gemstone glowing on the handle. "It's an antique," said Nanny Pippa, "given to me by my great-grandmother and now given to you by me." "That's a special gift," said Heather's mother. "An heirloom," added Heather's father. "Something to keep forever," said Edward. "Thank you," said Heather. "I'm gobsmacked." That was one of Nanny Pippa's British words. "It will be the most wonderful umbrella in my collection." "It isn't just any umbrella," said Nanny Pippa. "This umbrella holds magic." "Magic?" asked Heather. "What kind of magic?" Nanny Pippa patted the empty chair next to her. Heather sat down and Nanny Pippa smiled. Fog sniffed at one of Nanny Pippa's pointy-toed boots. Blizzard crawled over the other one. "Do you know the story of the night you were born?" she asked Heather. "Of course," said Heather. "I was born at midnight, and the nurse wrapped me in a soft blanket and handed me to Mom." "I mean the whole story, dear," said Nanny Pippa. "Yes," said Heather, getting excited. "There was a big wild storm and I had a lot of hair. It twisted and frizzed as if blown by the wind, and it stayed that way." "That's right." Nanny Pippa turned to Heather's parents. And when she got older, Heather had to fall asleep to the sound of rain or thunder or wild, wild wind, Heather's mom said. And I remember her favorite bedtime story was about a big flood in a Winnie the Pooh book. And she would never take off her rain boots, even to go to bed. Edward snickered. "You did that?" he whispered. Heather shrugged. "I loved rain boots," she said. "I still love rain boots." And remember how she said in kindergarten that she was a meteorologist? Nanny Pippa went on. Her teacher was so impressed that she knew such a big word. Of course I knew that word from the big books of weather, volumes 1 to 5. Heather ran her hands through her wild hair, taming it away from her face. "But what about the magic, Nanny Pippa?" she asked, trying to be patient. "You'll find out just as I did," said Nanny Pippa with a mysterious wink. Fog let out a sudden bark, and Blizzard scurried up Heather's arm to her shoulder. And then Heather Whirl, weather girl, noticed something. The bright green gemstone blinked fast and frantic, flashing a glaring light from the antique umbrella's handle. That was chapter 1 of Heather and the Stormy Birthday. So read the book to go on the journey with Heather and her friends. You can pre-order the book now with the link below. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.